Welcome back, everybody. It's time for another top 5 video. That's right. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 favorite ball pythons of 2023 that we produced. This time we're going to be focusing on snakes that do not have any recessive genes. We didn't have quite as many of those this year as in years past because we were just blessed with recessives from clutches we didn't even know could have recessives. But I created a few things this year that I was really shooting for that I hadn't seen before, or I just really wanted to create. So I'm really excited to share these with you. And without further ado, let's take a look. All right, so let's kick it off with number 5. And here I have not the most complicated combination, but we've got a black pastel GHI. She's moving all over the place. I'm really excited about it. I know this is a pretty simple combination, nothing overly special, but I'm excited about this girl because one, she's dark and lovely, which I was going for more dark combos this year, but I really love the fact that she survived. And while that may sound a little ominous, if you watch the video on our premature clutch, this is one of the babies that made it. That clutch was 11 eggs, 4 of which were slugs, 1 had no veins, and 1 went bad in incubation. 2 others formed in the egg, but they had unsurvivable defects, and they actually died before they ever made it out of the egg. I was worried for a little while that none of the babies would make it because that clutch was laid 9 or 10 days early, which has never happened to me before. But this beautiful baby, even though she's a little on the small side, she's already taken her first meal, she's growing a little bit, and she's doing great. But just look at how rich and dark these colors are. I can't wait to see her after a couple more sheds. I'm glad that she's strong and healthy, and look at those tongue flicks. She's just a gorgeous baby. I know I say that word way too much, but I guess it's my go-to. So this black pastel GHI, gotta have it. She's definitely one of my top 5 for this season, not only for her looks, but for her perseverance. Hi guys, well we're back here with number 4, and for number 4 this year, I've got this beautiful Blueeyed Lucy, Belle as it's known. This is a Bamboo Mojave combination, which are both in the Blueeyed Lucy complex. But the thing I love about this girl is she's definitely unique as opposed to Belles that I've produced in the past. Even in this clutch, she had a brother who just went to a new home, but he was pure white. She's got like this graying on the head. It's almost purplish, which is actually kind of common with Mojave sometimes, but she's got very noticeable eye stripes. And the cool thing about her is she's almost purple tint all the way around. Now she's in shed right now, so you can't see it the best. But when I put her under the black light, I could see this very distinct dorsal stripe, which I believe is indicative of black pastel being present too. It's really hard to tell because the Blueeyed Lucy complex just washes over all those patterns. But I do want to pause the video here, and I'm going to get a black light, and we're going to take a look at what she looks like under the UV light. All right, well, maybe I'm a little bit of a liar. I tried to show what she would look like under the light, but coming through the camera, you can't see it at all. So maybe if I can, I'm going to try and put a picture in here of one I took when I put her under the black light a while back, and hopefully it'll show up. So I'll enter that here before we go to number 3. All right, so we're back with number 3, and I have to say number 3 has to be one of the most striking from this year. When you look at just the beauty of pattern and the brightness of this animal, she is incredible. She was one of the ones that came right out of the egg and pipped for us early on from our 11 egg clutch that we had earlier this year. And she has changed so much. She's gotten so much brighter, so much more defined pattern than when she was first born. And she's actually also, believe it or not, she's in shed right now. She's coming out of it, so she should shed any day. But look at how bright and beautiful she is, even with her old skin on. Just think of what she's going to look like once that comes out. She is a pastel pinstripe super inchy. Also, pastel pinstripe is also known as lemon blast. So she's a lemon blast super inchy, and she is gorgeous. She's very curious, and she's just beautiful. She's one of the most unique ones that we have this year for sure. just the brightness and the really, really reduced pattern from the Super Inchy clashing with that pinstripe is amazing. And she's a sweetheart, and we love her. This is number 3. All right, so back with number 2, and this one was really exciting for me because I really set out with the hopes of producing this animal because I had never seen one. And this is a bamboo Super Inchy. Now, if any of you know me, you know I love the bamboo gene. I think it's absolutely phenomenal, and not enough people are working with it. I get compliments on my bamboo stuff every show, but this girl takes are you going to try and bite me? She looks a little angry. This is actually the sister of the one we just looked at, number 3, but she is a bamboo Super Inchy. If she'll show you, she's got these really cool head patterns, and she's very, very bright, lots of nice contrast, almost this golden copper color tone to her, and she is beautiful. She's a little feisty, but I'm sure she'll grow out of that. She's being pretty calm now. But this was the cool thing, is there's a lot of different bamboo combos that I've always wanted to try and see, or as I go along, I think, what would this look like in this? And this was one of my goals for this year, was to get this bamboo Super Inchy. I used a baby that I held back from 2 years ago to actually sire this clutch so that I could get Inchy on both sides. And man, how exciting when you hit what you really wanted to hit, and it's amazing, as amazing as you dream. So this is number 2, and she's beautiful. Well, here it is. The moment you've been waiting for has arrived, where I reveal my number 1 favorite non-recessive ball python of 2023. And I know what you're thinking. Why is Joel sitting here waving his hands around like a crazy person instead of showing me the snake? Well, the reality is I don't have her to show to you. So I'm going to try and cut in some video here from a previous video where I showed this baby off, but she was picked up by our good friends Jay and Lizzie over at JLP Morphs, and I'm really glad that they picked her up. Although I miss her, I'm glad to get updates, and I know that they'll take great care of her. And as she grows and she starts breeding in a few years, they'll let me know, and I'll get to see the baby. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. I'm really excited about this baby because she is something I really wanted to produce this year. When I started this pairing, I was hoping to get multiple Super GHIs to get some really dark combinations. And this was the clutch that I got the surprise of my life, or at least my breeding life, when the first egg I cut came out to be that number 1 favorite from my recessive videos that I did last week, the Black Pastel GHI Pied. And as you know, I didn't know there was pied in the mix, so it was mind-blowing. But I'm really, 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 really glad that I got this girl, the Super GHI, possible het pied, we now know. And I think she's just amazing, and it's not surprising at all that she was the first snake that I sold this year. And I miss her, but I'm glad that she's in good company. I know she'll be taken great care of, and that's it. She was my number 1 favorite non-recessive that I produced this year. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. As 2023 wraps up, I can't wait to see what 2024 has in store. Pairings are going on now, and hopefully we'll have lots of more beautiful babies to share with you next year. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.